Yeah. Yeah, let's talk about your uncomfortable things in a place
I,
you seek comfort the most.
but isn't like so like your home or something like that,
Yeah,
right?
it could be your home.
Like could it
Um,
be like when you're like I mean I don't know if it's like comfort, but like when you're in like a kitchen like all the time. Like I've talked about this with Asia and stuff, but like when you're like trying to cook something in the kitchen and there's just so many people there and you're
because you
like,
have your whole
oh
family there right now.
yeah, exactly. Like I have like my mom, my dad, my grandma, my sister, and she's like, oh my god, I just want a toast. Like, like
In the morning, everyone's making their
yeah.
own
So
breakfast.
I mean, like it's not like that. We already like my mom obviously like has like rice cooked, but
Mm-hmm.
like, I kind of wake up a little bit late,
Mm-hmm.
so like that automatically means that I'm cooking something that like not everybody wants. But then like maybe my
Right.
grandma's doing the dishes, or like my dad is getting his something. I don't know. I don't know, like because like obviously like, the house I'm in right now is not like my home.
Right.
It's a little bit different. But like
Right.
still like somewhat it's still my home, but then I'm in my sister's room, like that's already out of my comfort. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like it's kind of difficult to say.
Like my friend yesterday, we were talking about how like she would consider her home where her parents are, but then she
Yeah, that's
lived in
what I
she lived in Hong Kong, but now they're in Korea, and she's never lived in Korea. So if she goes back, would she call that a comfort place? Because her house is not
yeah,
her
that's
house anymore, but her parents are
exactly that's the
there,
thing. Like I've never lived here.
right? Yeah.
Like I've been like a month every year because of like summer holiday or something. That's this is
Mm,
where my parents are, or like it's like a permanent house, right?
mm-hmm.
So like this is like in a way a comfort place because my parents are here and like my grandma, like my family's here. But it's not really a house that I would call home.
Mm,
The only reason why I would ever call it home is because like my parents are here.
that's it,
Yeah, like there's like I have no friends here. Like it's a
right?
fucking big province, but like, I have no friends here.
Right.
So it's not like it's comfort in a sense of like I feel like I have to think it's comfort because it's where my parents are.
It's like forced on you.
Yeah, it's like this
This
is
is
where
where
your
you
parents are.
this is your house. Be comfortable.
But it's not like in the sense of like like oh I'm back home. Like I mean like, obviously whenever I come back to Japan or Thailand, I'm like okay like I'm somewhere where I feel like home.
Yeah.
But
But you
here it's
don't have
kind
a
of like
house in Thailand anymore as well.
exactly, and then
So,
here it's kind of like less home because I've never like I've lived in Japan before, but not this province especially.
mhm.
Um,
That's so
but like I feel
annoying.
like that kind of like happens like to me like in Holland as well.
Mhm.
Like my room in Holland is like somewhere I feel comfort.
Mhm.
Like it's like my place, like my
Mhm.
space. Like, that's where I live. That's where I study.
So if we want to clarify this whole situation, you call your most comfortable place the house in Holland. Yet
Yeah.
it's not 100% comfortable because you have to share everything. But you
Hmm.
have your friends and you have your boyfriend there, you study there, you do all
Yeah,
that.
like exactly.
But
I mean,
then,
I would call like Arnold's place is comfortable. That's not
yeah,
my place.
yeah. But because Arnold is there, it's comfortable.
Yeah, it definitely is. Like,
But then if you want to call your parents' house your home, you can, but you've never lived there before
yeah, like the
fully.
only reason why I would ever call Japan or my parents' house comfortable is because I can live here visa free.
Yes, I so agree with that.
Like that's like
That's the sense
Japan is
of
the only
comfort.
place, yeah, that I can
Yeah.
live here without immigration, and
It's
that's
the
really big.
security. It's that
Yeah,
security of
I
not being
can live
thrown
here as
out.
long as I want without the fear of being kicked out or deported by the immigration office.
Yeah.
And Japan is the only country that will ever grant me that.
Yeah. But you never lived in Japan your whole life.
Exactly, exactly. Which is so shit because it's like it's like the legal system determining where you're from when you're not from there. I'm just like, well,
Literally.
this is kind of shitty, but
This is
Like,
annoying as an international student because you'll always have to like get out of your comfort
yeah,
zone to earn your comfort. But
like
then,
through the visa system.
yeah, through the visa, get a job, just to be there.
Yeah,
But then, like, since COVID, you flew back to Japan because of
yeah,
COVID in a way. It's not very helpful.
yeah. Like I mean, like obviously, like I don't really have a place where I would want to work,
Yeah.
but anywhere I go in the world, the only place that would like give me security is Japan.
Yeah.
But like if you live abroad or if you speak English when you're not an English speaking person, like if you're not from like an English speaking country like the US or the UK, you're always brought up as like, oh, you're Japanese and you speak English, you can live where the fuck you want. Not really, like if the fucking legal system doesn't allow me, I can't fucking go there. Like that's not my comfort. That's outside my comfort zone. So like
Right.
even if I live in the Netherlands for 3 years because of my studies and my visa allows that
Mm.
and it becomes my comfort zone,
Mm.
it's going to be taken away from me if I don't get
If
a
you don't get a
job.
job,
Yeah,
it will. And it's that constant discomfort thought.
yeah.
It's it's very, I don't know, but it's not your country. Then they'll be like,
Exactly.
just go back to your country if you want to be comfortable then. But
And
then
I'm
you
like,
were
it's
never
not.
born, you
Yeah,
never lived there, you
exactly.
never,
I wasn't born there. I wasn't there for long enough for the place to be my home.
yeah.
Especially like I live. I mean, in a way, like, I lived in Japan long enough, but never at a single place.
And you stayed in dorm during Japan as well, in
Hmm.
your stay in Japan. So it was
I'm like,
never a home.
I was like going places. So yeah, I feel like comfort, like
It doesn't
feeling
exist.
comfort to where you're from is such a blessing.
It is.
It's like
It is.
people take it for granted, but it's a blessing.
It is a blessing because you always have that place where you can just go without having to think of flying there or having to consider
Yeah,
visa
exactly. Like
problems.
I want to go. I want to go back to Thailand, but like I can't because like COVID restrictions, and I'm not a Thai national.
And your
My
parents aren't there
visa,
anymore.
yeah, my parents aren't there anymore. My visa only grants me for 30 days.
Yes.
It's like it's like the legal system slamming on my face that you are not from Thailand.
But
It's
you
like
were born in Thailand.
born there and then raised there, and it's just kind of like
And they're
okay,
just like, nope, you're not from
yeah.
there.
So I don't know. Like, I think it's like wherever you seek comfort and you get that comfort back is such a blessing
It's a
that
privilege.
people take granted for.
Definitely. Definitely. And sometimes, when people talk about like their family histories and they're just like, yeah, when I used to go to that place, this store was there for 20 years. All my friends are there. But it doesn't apply to us because we were always moving to
No.
different places. And our history is also very different to my parents' histories, like the
Mm-hmm.
environment. So we can never share that common thing between us. Like I feel that a lot with my parents. Like
I
their
definitely feel it with my
culture,
mom. Yeah,
yeah, their culture is so different to how I was raised.
yeah, exactly.
And yeah, it's just very sad.
I mean, like because like this house that I came back to from the Netherlands is where my mom grew up.
Yeah,
Her primary school is like 5 minutes walk from here.
that's
Her
so cool.
secondary school is like 15 minutes walk from here. Like her the neighbors around here, like one of the neighbors that live across us is like my grandma's friend. Like the others are like my mom's friend. Like
Yeah.
like like I would never have that. Even if I go
Mm,
back to Pattaya now, you're not there. Tang is
mm-hmm,
not there. Like people who I grew up with while I was in Pattaya is not there.
mm-hmm.
So like even if I go back to somewhere that I grew up, it that is supposedly my comfort, people are not there that will make me feel like it's a comfort place.
Yeah, it'll no
So
longer feel like a safe
like
place
my,
to go
like
back.
my mom meets up with her like secondary school friends like once in a while and have like drinks. Like I can do that,
Maybe through
but that
calls.
would yeah, but like that would be like a whole reunion.
And that
Like,
would be
so
very
like
hard to have.
yeah, exactly. People are in like Thailand, people are in America, people are in Holland, people are in Germany, people are in Australia. Like, they're all over the place. And if we wanted to have like a St. Andrew reunion right now, people would have to fly from all over the place.
Yes.
And that's my comfort zone. Like I like meeting people. I mean, not like I mean, say if I met with artists now, that is not my comfort zone. I'd be awkward with him.
It's a group of people
Yeah,
sharing stories about our childhood because that's all we have. All we have is
yeah,
the people.
exactly.
The place never don't exist anymore.
So I mean, I feel like maybe like when you're an international student, your comfort is with who they are, not where it is.
That's so
So like
true.
that's why when people say like where my parent is their comfort or like their home, it's not really like the place. It's just that because their parents are the comfort, then where they
Mm.
are is who they find comfort in, or like that place becomes the comfort.
Because we put extra effort into keeping this friendship, right? As an international student, everyone disappears throughout our
Exactly. Like
childhood.
I disappeared halfway through.
Yeah, and
And
like
if you want that friendship to last, then you're gonna have to put the effort in.
to like do this long distance thing. And back then, internet wasn't like this advanced where we
We
could just
we
call.
emailed people, man.
We did. We're not even that old, but like back then it was we emailed each other for a while
Yeah.
until
Yeah, I mean
you
like
came and
there
then
was a reason why we had MSN, you know.
MSN was the shit. And then there was Skype. And then we started using
Yeah.
Skype. Thank God.
So
Thank God.
thank God. But I also like do things like in a way because there was certain difficulties in taking communicate in like having communication, it made it that much more significant.
Definitely.
Like I mean like if I could like text somebody in my comfort zone, like be like, okay, I'll just like Facebook message them or like WhatsApp message them, then it's it's less significant.
Mm.
And like I mean it was kind of like me texting people every day was in a way outside my comfort zone.
Yeah, it was
But
because
then
it's not like
but
you
then
can verbally talk to them. Like you have
yeah, but then
to.
like whenever outside that comfort zone and then you go back to something that was like through that process you kind of go back to something that was in your comfort zone. Like I mean obviously trying to approach to you was outside my comfort zone,
Mm-hmm.
but then once you do then that's your comfort, right?
Right.
Like
It becomes a comforting
yeah.
thing.
So
So I think comfort in this sense would be more of a security, more than,
yeah, definitely.
yeah,
I mean
it's
like
just
even for
about
you,
that.
right? Like you went back to Korea for COVID,
Yeah.
and like for your parents it was more like because they could reach out to you easier, or like
The
they could like
other families, I would
yeah,
have like
or like
other families.
they could arrange something when if something happened. But then
Yeah.
like for you it was like the first time living
Oh,
in Korea.
I was a whole
It was
foreigner there.
yeah, exactly. It was just like you're Korean, but then like it's like the first time you're living there. It's outside your comfort zone.
But I would get a free
And
medical,
yeah, exactly.
help and everything. But I didn't have a
It's
house
so
there.
weird.
I didn't have much friends. All my family lived
Mm-hmm.
like far away from where I was in Korea. So I was totally
Mm-hmm.
alone. My parents weren't
I mean
even
like
there.
I mean exactly like when I arrived, like because I'm Japanese, I didn't have to take the 72 hours prior PCR test. I could get it for free in Japan.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of there like I'm
Didn't you feel like,
oh, I'm Japanese. I'm like actually like I mean like this is me right, always flaunting my passport that people don't talk to me in foreign languages. And I'm kind of like some people still do, and then that kind of makes me like knocks me off of my comfort zone.
excuse me, I'm
No,
actually Japanese?
it seems your passport is like but then like when I actually get Japanese treatment, I'm like, oh shit, I'm Japanese.
Yeah. You know, when you're abroad, you're always just like, yeah, I'm Japanese. Yeah, I'm Japanese. I'm Japanese, Japanese, Japanese. And then you go back
But
to
then when you're
Japan and
in
you're like,
Japan, fuck,
you're a
I'm
foreigner.
Japanese.
You're a
I'm
foreigner.
like, wait, I'm like, when I get Japanese treatment, I'm like, oh shit, I'm Japanese.
This is what it feels like to be really Japanese.
But that's what I feel like, yeah. But like at the end of the day, comfort zone is not a place. I mean, comfort is not a place.
Yeah, for you,
Like I mean,
definitely.
or like a bed. Anywhere I go, a hotel, whatever, is somewhere I find comfort.
A
Or like
bed.
a bath, a bed. You know,
Because
like
it's
a
something
bed.
that never changes, right? Like you
Yeah,
always need a bed.
and you know, if I find a bed that I can sleep on, that I know that nobody has slept in before, not like a hotel. Like obviously, I know someone slept there before me, but if it's clean, it's my comfort.
So you're very highly like adaptable
Yeah,
through
I
a
would
lot
say
of
that.
experience in life because you always had to
Mhm.
move. I
I
think,
mean, like,
yeah,
yeah,
you
at
would
a
be
certain
fine if you
age.
were put into the middle of somewhere and just a bed would do.
Yeah, I'll
You
be like, okay, that's fine.
like, cool, I'm good.
Mm.
How's living with your parents? You haven't seen them for a while. A
I mean,
whole
yeah,
family
it's been a
together.
whole year, and I'm already done with it. Like, I mean, like, I love them, but I'm done with it. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's just like they're my comfort. Like, I love them, but also like there's a reason why people move out. It doesn't come just because they found opportunities elsewhere. It comes from a place where they're like, I'm done with this.
Yes.
Like,
Moving out is also a privilege.
I mean, like you can go wherever you want in your life, but I mean, I because like you know when you on like subtle Asian trade on Facebook, so many people still live with their parents,
Yeah, I mean, a
but
lot
it's
of
not
Asians do.
yeah, but like if you read the comments, all of them don't like that. They're not doing it because they want to. They're doing it because they kind of have no other choice.
Exactly, exactly. But I feel like when you live in Korea or Japan and your parents are there and you're there in the same area, same city or whatever, there's no reason for you to move out.
Exactly, it's just a waste of money.
It's a waste
Also,
of
like,
money.
if your parents are there, they will do your laundry, they will cook for you, and they will pay for your food, pay for rent.
People
It
has to
makes
make
sense.
sacrifices.
It makes sense financially and maybe perhaps mentally in the sense that you don't have to like cook and do laundry.
Mm,
It's just at the same time, nothing comes for free.
exactly.
If food and rent is free, your mental health is a sacrifice.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Mm,
Oh my God. But living alone is such a privilege.
it is. I mean, I hated it in the beginning because I was like, fuck, I need to cook. Fuck, I need to do that, do this, do that. But then now I'm like, I can do all of this myself without the stress of family drama.
Without having anyone telling you what to do
Mm-hmm.
or telling you off for doing certain things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can come home at 5 a.m. super drunk, puking all over the place, and no one is gonna tell me shit.
Yeah, because it's your responsibility. You
Yeah,
have to deal it with
at least I'm
yourself
back home.
safely.